I went to a beep and ended up simply cuddling with her for the night. I knew that I wanted cuddles and contact more than beep. But going to a beep had it hit me like a brick. I'm so touch-starved I just want someone to hold, I don't care about the rest. The next night I cried myself to sleep, I hadn't cried in years. I booked her again for in a few days and already told her she can keep her clothes on. I'm reduced to pay someone just to have a hug. I like my life, but going through it unwanted and undesired makes me feel like I failed at being a human being. I needed to write that somewhere. If you took the time to read it, thank you.
Don't be ashamed, there are literally people who do this full-time, professional huggers. They are doing it because there is a demand.
I felt this. Physical interaction is so important and to lack it is very frustrating.
As a teenager I used to work at a dive bar. We had this regular, tall muscled, really handsome dude. Hands down my favorite client. Absolute drunkard though. Almost every night he would come, chill with us, tell interesting stories, be really nice to everyone and then drink himself to a blackout. Never ever had any problems with him, which is very rare for people who drink that much and that often. I knew that he did not have earned much, cameraman for a local TV, so I would pour him stuff on the house. We gradually became good friends and he started telling me about his life. He told me that he spends most of his income on hookers. Which was really surprising because he had girls swooning over him at the bar even when he was barely able to stand still. Turned out, he had had a successful career as a kickboxer, European champion in his category. Good income, a wife, 2 kids, perfect life in short. Then one night he had a few drinks with his friends and decided to drive afterwards. Hit and killed a 16-year-old. Spent 7 years in jail. He could not deal with what he did, so asked the wife to divorce him. She ended up moving abroad, so he had no contacts with the kids. So, every night when he did not black out from drinking, he would go hire a beep, put a head on her lap, tell this story and cry. He told me that sometimes they even refused to take his money. There is a happy ending however. There was this cute girl who was super into him. Would just sit there while he was drinking and talk to him. He seemed to like her a lot too, but would always eventually back down by the end of the night. So at some point me and other bar staff grew tired of this and told him that he would not be served at our place until he invited her to a date. He did just that and even mustered up the courage to tell her about his past. I am invited to their wedding in August. Smiley face.
I hooked up with someone back in December 2019. I was much more at ease when I was holding her in my arms and talking to her than when I was disappointing her with 10 seconds of beep. We're going on a date over the summer now that we are taking things more seriously. I know what we want now, so I am not gonna blow it.
This was nice to read. I'm glad I'm not alone when it comes to being starved for love and affection. I just want someone to hug and to hold me. I don't care about the beep anymore. I just want to be understood, wanted, and desired by another. I want someone who desires my company and wants to talk to me regularly. I am so beep lonely that I've caught myself praying for a solid group of friends, a lover and a best friend. It's refreshing to know that many of us have been feeling this way. I've been taking counseling through BetterHelp with a middle-aged woman, and while it's nice to vent to someone, it's not enough considering she has no emotional attachments and it's strictly professional. It's really nice that I can come on here and vent about these kind of things online. Society deems it unnecessary for a man to express himself, his wants and desires. I've thought about giving money to a beep worker for this exact reason. But I've been unemployed for 2 years looking for work. I feel so misunderstood. I feel a disconnect between family and friends because they all have somebody and I have no one.
I am going through a similar experience. I don't yet how to make this pain tolerable, but stay strong brother, you have not failed as a human.
Beep, I feel this on a spiritual level. Have you tried a brutally honest Craigslist ad? Touch-starved 42-year-old male looking for hug, a non-smoking female similar age for cuddling on the couch and hand-holding, maybe with some time and affection could become more. See what happens. There is no shame in asking for what you need. I wish you luck.
With COVID, a lot of people are starved for touch. You had a need and there's nothing wrong with going to a professional.
More common than you think. I remember watching a documentary about beep workers back in the mid-90s, probably something crazy on HBO, and one of the women mentioned that there are a lot of men who are lonely and just want to be held or to chill with a woman in bed with no beep. It was a very sad moment when I realized these men were just starved for affection and normalcy. Nothing to be ashamed of, brother.